Peace to all my gods and goddesses. This is MarcoJah on another episode of the second chamber. This is MD Kane, as known as MarcoJah. Y'all see I spruced myself up a little bit today. I wanted to get on camera. You know, I've been a little rugged, looking a little rugged lately, or this weekend. But you know, got a good shower in today, got a good shave in today, and wanted to present myself to my Lord and to my audience the right way. But this video, it is called Persevering the Right Way, the reality of being homeless, part 2. And let's get into it, man. I really don't know how I'm gonna start this video. I felt like in part 1 I told y'all the many challenges that I go through. I told y'all, you know, basically the many challenges that I go through. The temptation, the environment, the people, the constant negativity that you get from people, places, and things. But I didn't really go into how you can persevere. Like I said, y'all, I've been homeless for the past year and a half now. And you know, I have my slip-ups. Not perfect, but at times I've, you know, done the right thing. I have had some success, as you can say, with everything that I have been going through. And I had a lot of failures. It has been a lot of ups and downs. I would say as of right now, I feel like I'm close to getting to where I need to go, in the direction I need to go. Just because I'm learning the area a lot better. I'm knowing opportunities a little better, getting to know a little more people. But when I first got homeless, I really didn't know too much about the area that I'm in, because this is a very large area in the Raleigh-Durham area. And it's pretty hard to survive and navigate the city and use the resources that you need to use when you don't really have no friends or no family out here. And I want to tell my homeless people that, you know, I feel your pain. I would say, man, you know, I have the most confidence that maybe in the next 3 to 6 months I'll be off the streets. I just have to find some consistent and decent employment. The jobs that I applied for, I would say I was going in the sales department, in the sales direction. It just wasn't for me. Not to say I wasn't bad at sales, because so I would say I'm slightly above average when it comes to sales. I'm pretty good at it. The main job description that I work is usually in sales and customer service. But you know, a lot of sales jobs, they don't pay by the hour. They do strictly commission jobs sometimes, and then sometimes as well, like, the jobs can be very exploitive and janky and shady. So I would say I didn't plan that to be a point, one of the points that I'm making in this video, but make sure the jobs that you're applying for while you're homeless, that it's a field that it makes sense for you. It's a field that you can grow and be good at. And whatever job you apply for while you're homeless, make sure you can get decent and consistent employment and as well payment for the work that you do. I have learned that I can't do sales. It's just the situation that I'm in right now. Sales is not like really the best situation for me to go to. I will say as of right now, I have been applying. I've been going to my temp services. I will give y'all tips to go into your temp services. Get to know where your temp services is at in your local area. But the fields have been applying for has been mostly customer service. I'm open to construction. I'm open to warehouse work. And I would say mainly those are the 4 services I have, and maybe security. I had a young man today stop me, and he knows that I'm homeless out here for whatever reason. I see him walking down the street and always in restaurants charging my phone, or his phone. I meant to say, let me correct myself. I'm pretty sure that this young man is not employed himself, because I see him on the streets walking and charging his phone in fast food restaurants just like me. But he just stopped and told me, like, hey man, hey, why don't you apply for these fast food jobs? And I would just say for me that, I'm not the best cook in the world. I'm sure anybody with a sound mind can do a fast food job. But I had experiences in the past working for fast food, and I just know it's just not for me. I'm 34 years old. I need some decent payment. And some fast food jobs pay you decently. But I just know that's just not a job for me. And I want to be somewhere, I want to have a job where I can be useful. I would say maybe that's where I would draw the line, is not working for fast food. It's just not for me, man. And then plus, I've got into it, done a lot of dirt out here with a lot of these fast food restaurants, have been discriminated and treated unfairly in the area that I live. So I wouldn't apply for fast food jobs out here. But when you're in the situation that you're in, or when you're homeless, people from all walks of life want to give you advice, want to give you advice of what you should do, even though they're broke themselves. Even though they're walking just like you, catching a bus, even though they're unemployed as well too. And that's what kind of, I don't want to get too much on this, but I just kind of felt it was just a little funny that this young man came at me and tried to give me advice to getting a job. I didn't take it, I didn't take it, like I wasn't offended or anything. I just was like, you're unemployed as well too. I don't know. This young gentleman, young black brother, looked like he was maybe about like 22, 21 years old. But it is what it is, man. But that's another tip of persevering. Finding out what's for you, finding out what's best for you. You're going to get a lot of people when you're in the situation you're in. They're going to tell you all different kinds of things, like your family, your friends, random people that you see on the street. Going to tell you, hey, what you should do. Hey, you need to apply to McDonald's, and but you got to know what's best for yourself and what's best for you, and as well humble yourself. Now, I'm not saying to act bougie and be picky at your job search, but I just know for myself that working fast food, it's just not for me. It's just not for me as a 34-year-old single black man in this world. It's just not for me. It's not my criteria. It's not my forte. It's like I'm not, I don't have it in me to learn how to make 20, 15 different sandwiches, and it's just not, the pay is just not there. It's just not for me, but I did wanted to talk about that. Now, in this video, I wanted it to get into persevering. Now, when you get at your lowest point, or when you get homeless, or you could be sleeping on your friend's couch, or you could be living with your girlfriend, or you could be living with your mother or your father or a relative. When you get to this point, just understand that people are going to doubt you. People are going to disrespect you. People are going to treat you like a burden. How people really feel about you, it's gonna come out. You're gonna go through a lot. You're gonna go through more negativity than positivity. But I would just say, and I've been thinking about this for a while, for the past couple weeks, because like I said in one of my last videos, that I recently got in trouble just due to my mental health declining due to drinking bad, due to not eating the way I should, and just being and walking every day in just life-threatening weather. But I would just say to persevere. I want to make this video to teach you how to persevere, and the most important point and the most important thing I want to say on this video, because I don't want to make it too long, I know I'm very long-winded at times, is to even though you got to look for a job and you got to get this together, get that together, I would just say still follow your purpose. Have some type of hobby. It could be reading the Bible, it could be reading the Quran, just like what I'm doing right now. This is therapy for me. I'm making videos. Have some type of hobby, or never forget who you are and your purpose, because you working a job that might not could be your purpose. It might could be your stepping stone of where you need to go, but it's not your purpose. And I see it a lot in America or in the Western world, where a lot of people, homeless or not homeless, they everything looks good on the outside, or everything looks okay on it, on the outside, but all they're just doing with their lives is just working and sleeping, working, sleeping, eating, living a very predictable life, not taking chances, not trying to go to the next level, not trying to get the better job, not trying to get the better opportunity, not trying to take justifiable risks in their life. They're just content sitting there at their job. Now, if your job is your passion, that's something else. But I would just say, man, like my passion is theology. My passion is self-help, motivation, um, understanding God and the universe, helping others. That's my passion. But when I just work and sleep and have a job where I'm working 40 hours a week, and I lose out on my purpose. I get down, I get depressed, I get tired. So when you're going through your lowest and your hard time, or rock bottom of what I like to call it, stay on your purpose. Don't get caught up with mistakes that I have made into trying to find a woman, or compare yourself to other people, which sometimes happen. Like, um, compare yourself to other people who have nice cars, who have a nice girlfriend, whose life that looks good on the outside. Just focus on you. Focus on bettering yourself financially, bettering your how the way you make your earn your money, but as well, don't forget your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, try to find it. But when you're in this situation, when you're in rock bottom, you're gonna have to, focus on your purpose. Now, I would say what bothers me most about being rock bottom is that, uh, man, I'm human, man. Like man, I miss having a woman to lay up with at night. Shoot, I miss kissing toes. I miss. Let me not get too X-rated, but I miss having a woman. I miss a woman's company at times. I mean, I had my little hookups, but we ain't gonna get into that. But not just having sex. I don't want to share too much. I had my couple hookups while I was homeless, but I miss a woman's spirit, a woman's company, a woman's feminine touch. I miss having decent, consistent employment. Because before I hit rock bottom, I was working for 3 years straight, and both jobs were decent. I want to say they were, the best of jobs. They were pretty decent and reliable. I miss having friends. I miss seeing my family sometimes. I miss, I don't have. I decided to move out here 4 years ago, and this city is just very unfriendly, and people are so uptight and unapproachable. So it's hard to make friends out here. It's easy, to meet somebody who's trying to use you and take your money, and find, that's easy. But to find genuine friend and fellowship. It's hard out here. So that's what I would say. I would say the I'm in very hard times and I'm going through legal trouble right now, but it has slowed me down. It has me in a better mind state, and I in the future plan on to going to a masjid. Um, plan on going to the masjid, the mosque. You know, I am a Muslim, so I do plan on going to there. Or I'm not really too big in church no more, but I plan on, using my VA resources. I plan on seeking fellowship by going to the mosque with the masjid, um, Muhammad Mosque number 34 in Durham. I plan on doing that. Um, plan on as well straining away from the alcohol and the drugs, which is very hard. But it's when you are on rock bottom and you have a history of doing drugs, it's hard because people come up to you or people recognize you and ask you, hey, if you want something. I mean, that happened to me today, but I didn't, by the grace of Allah, I didn't do drugs today. But just stay away from certain people, places, and things. Keep to yourself, find good fellowship, stay on your purpose. And I would say too, a number one thing too is to leave the marijuana alone, because marijuana stays in your system longer than any other drug. But I know that it's hard and difficult. Now, the things that I'm telling you, it is beneficial to you and it will work and it will get you out of the rock bottom that you are at. But sorry, y'all, ant bit me. I'm telling y'all, like, these bugs in these south don't play. I'm telling y'all, I be getting bit up by these ants. There's a lot of different things out here, man. I don't know. Some ant with wings bit me today, this morning. It was the most painful ant bite I ever felt in my whole life. But anyway, but the things I'm telling you, it will help you and get you out of your situation and help you get out of the rock bottom period. But it gets hard, it gets challenging. I would say what will help is finding fellowship. Now, I know religion is not best thing for everybody, or going to a church or a masjid or a synagogue. It's not best, but try to find some type of fellowship. These people can't necessarily be your friends or anything, but just try to find some type of fellowship where you're around people that encourage you. It can be AA, it could be religion for you, or it could just be going to a therapist or going to some type of group or an event. But you have to go out your way to look for these things, and it's very hard. But young black man, I wish you luck, and as well my other non-black brothers, I wish y'all luck. It's just not the black man going through this. It's everybody is going through hard times, and I wish you brothers luck. It's hard. Don't let this life get you down, trick you out of your position, and don't let this life make you lose your life prematurely. Don't let it do it. Keep grinding. Stay positive. But I understand what y'all going through, because Now these days, this world is just nothing but just a lot of negativity. You just get so much negativity when you sometimes even call your friends or your family. I have nothing positive to say about you, or nothing, or they tell you what you need to do like you don't have any common sense. But that's my advice to y'all. I mean, like I said in the last video, I was speaking on things that I go to and the reality of being homeless. But this part two is just going into ways of persevering. Before I go, I do want to say that the Quran, it does teach us, you know, to be patient, to be steadfast, to persevere, and God will bless you as well, and make good decisions. Never lose your righteousness, but you have to do it the right way, not halfway, not lukewarm way. You have to do it the right way. And even though I'm talking to y'all and giving y'all tips, I'm speaking to myself. I'm no I'm no one special. I know I call myself the master teacher, MarcoJah, but at the same time, hey man, I'm a baby in this knowledge. I'm still learning and bettering myself. I might be a little seasoned more than a lot of people, but I just want to tell y'all, I want y'all to learn from my experiences and my mistakes, and then some of the success that I have had in my life. Some, but I want to leave this video. I want to say peace to all my gods and goddesses and all righteous families of the earth. I want to say peace, salam alaikum, to my brothers and sisters, and I'm gonna catch y'all on another video. Another video is dropping tomorrow. I already know the topic, and it's gonna be really good. It's not really, well, it's not at all on the topic of being homeless and stuff. It's a whole nother topic, but it is very beneficial and helpful to my people and other non-black peoples. But I want to say peace, and I love y'all. Peace. Stay in tune for another episode of The Second Chamber by MD Kane, as known as MarcoJah. Peace.